And what's up, everyone? This will be another hacking quiz. You guys seem to love it last time, so let's continue. The game is, I show you a picture, you tell me how to hack it, and if you don't know, I will tell you. Let's get started. So we can see an initial scan with Nmap on this host right here. And we can also see that the room's called TomGhost, right? It's a room on TryHackMe, so that might be a little bit of a hint right there. We can also see back in the screenshot that we can see Tomcat right there, but we'll get back to that, right? For the most part, we have focus on the ports. Does any of these ports look particularly interesting to you or not? What do you think? I would say yes, definitely. SSH alone is typically not very interesting, right? Very rare that it's going to be some form of exploit. But if you have a set of credentials, then definitely it can be interesting, but that's for later, right? 53 as a DNS. Maybe it can be useful for finding a domain name, doing some DNS queries to maybe find a subdomain or something like that. But I would say on its own, not particularly interesting. 8080 seems to be some form of web server or possibly a proxy, right? And then we have 8009, which is AGP 13. I would say this is very interesting. Because we have most likely a web server, and now we have this thing called AGP, right? Which we're going to look into later, but yeah. If you know anything about Tomcat and seeing this thing exposed, then you know that it's typically very, very, very interesting. So let's continue. We see on a web server on port 8080 that we have Tomcat version 930 running. And just in general, when you see Tomcat, do you have any idea what on this page might be interesting? Or is Tomcat even typically vulnerable? What do you think? I would say yes, it can be very interesting. Sometimes it uses the default login credentials. And sometimes you can reach this manager app and host manager right here. And sometimes it even leaks some potential credentials that it might be using, which can be definitely very interesting. If you manage to authenticate as in Tomcat, they have a section where you might be able to post JSP files that might result in a possible shell. In general, Tomcat is very interesting. And we should always check for default credentials, and yeah, we should always just apply the general methodology regardless, right, of fuzzing for new directories and files and all of these things, checking specific versions, right, for a public exploit, etc. So that's what I would do here. Now, we can see a more specific output right here. We can see that it is revealing the version, Tomcat 930, but we already knew that because it reveals it here. And then we can also see that it says AGP 13, and you can see it here as well in the more deeper Nmap scan with version fingerprinting, right? So once again, this port here is extremely interesting, and whenever you see a service like this and you don't quite know what it is, you should always just look up, for instance, AGP 13 exploit or Apache JServer exploit, etc., or check sites like Hacktricks, etc., to see if there's anything that is typically exploitable. And in this scenario, it is definitely is. If you see this being exposed, and especially if you see a version like AGP 13, then you know it should most likely be a very simple shell. So yeah, that is what we're going to do in this scenario. We can also see that we're trying to go to the host manager, one of the ones that I mentioned right here. And we can see that it's leaking a Tomcat and password secret, right? It's not always that this works. But then we see an access denied. And that is again. We should always try default and common credentials when trying to access these places like host manager, etc. If it has a prompt that asks for credentials, right? But yeah, we can see that once again, this AGP 13 is vulnerable. If we were able to find very simply a Metasploit module, you can also look for scripts on GitHub as well. Just look up the exploit and look up POC or GitHub exploit POC, etc. But yeah, in this instance, you can use Metasploit once on the OSCP exam. So if you're struggling to find a public exploit that works, you can use Metasploit. But I would, in general, recommend just getting more comfortable finding public exploits on on GitHub and ExploitDB, etc., and not always relying on Metasploit. But Metasploit is perfectly fine. And in this scenario, I was just doing a machine, and it's a very simple way to do it, right? So yeah, it's essentially performing an LFI on this path right here, because this AGP instance on port 8009 is running a vulnerable version and typically should not be exposed either. But in this scenario it is. So we're just setting to our host, and then it has the default path right here. And then we hit run, and then it manages to retrieve all of this information using LFI. And we can see right there that we have some beautiful credentials, right? So the next question is, what do we do? What do we actually do with these credentials, right? Because this exploit will essentially allow us to perform an LFI, local file inclusion, to retrieve this file right here. So what do we do next? What do you think? Well, if you go back to the initial screenshots, then we remember we have SSH open, right? So we should definitely try these credentials right here. And once again, we should try credentials on any place that might give us a login prompt if it does, right? But really just when you have a set of credentials, try it everywhere that you can, because password reuse is not uncommon at all, and it just makes sense to check. So always check inner protocol, right? If we had FTP open, we would want to check there. If we have SMB open, we would like to check there, right? But yeah, in this scenario, we had SSH open, so we tried it there, and we were able to essentially get a shell using SSH. So I hope these little mini quizzes and little informative videos were helpful to you. And I wish you the very best of luck on your OSCP journey, and have an awesome day, everyone. And if you find this video useful, then you're absolutely gonna love this. We have a massive, free-to-try, 25-hour plus OSCP course that you can see that people are just absolutely loving. That inside gives you all of the resources that you need to crush the OSCP. We have a massive roadmap that literally covers everything. We cover initial access, privilege escalation, Windows and Linux. We cover Active Directory. We cover post-exploitation. We cover lateral movement. We cover pivoting, tunneling. We cover the exam. We cover the reporting. We cover all of the attacks that you need and all of the techniques that you need for OSCP. We also cover all the rooms that you need to do, and all of the rooms is linked inside. We cover Active Directory chains as well, and we literally cover everything. And you will instantly get all of these resources once you join. So click the link down below, try it completely for free. I'll see you inside.